This is the new Chery Tiggo Cross. And if you're anything like us, you're having a hard time staying abreast of all the new Chinese makes and models making their way into South Africa. Well, fear not, we're here to simplify it, because the Chery Tiggo Cross is essentially the new Tiggo 4 Pro. In South Africa, we're going to continue selling the Tiggo 4 Pro. So this new replacement model is being sold as the Cross alongside it. Now, one would expect that because this is a replacement of sorts, that it's going to be far more expensive, far more updated, and just generally a better vehicle. Well, let's find out. Now, the Tiggo 4 Pro was not an unattractive vehicle, but I think that the styling of the Cross is exceptionally handsome. They've softened it ever so slightly, giving it a slightly youthful appearance, but still rather elegant. I like what they've done up front here. They've taken that diamond motif of the grille and expanded on it and made it a little more modern. It also extends out into these vertical LED daytime running lights. They've thinned out the headlights, and these are LED units. You get two trims, Comfort and Elite. We have the Elite trim here, which means that those LED headlights have auto high beam. The Elite trim also gets a set of 18-inch alloy wheels in a rather attractive bi-color design. But they've retained that sporty SUV look and feel by including a little bit of cladding down the side. And it's more of the same around the rear. The designers have drawn inspiration from Tigers in these LED taillights, giving them beautiful stripes. It also runs and spans the entire length of the boot lid, adding to that impression of width. This black panel in the C-pillar here adds a little bit of sporty pretensions with a lovely little upkick and a beautiful wing spoiler. But then you've got all this black cladding here, which once again lends itself to that SUV theme. Now, the boot on this is actually manually activated. And it is a little on the heavy side, I'll be honest. Daintier ladies may struggle a bit. We also don't have official load capacity figures for this, but we're going to hazard that it's roughly the same as the Tiggo 4 Pro, which was 340 litres. I have to give props to the Chery interior design team because they've done a lovely job in the interior here. It's very sporty, modern, and surprisingly well thought out, which is not something that I thought I would say about Chery products. You see, in the past there have been some really glaring omissions, but they've listened. So we actually have physical volume control buttons here and shortcuts for the drive mode and of course the parking camera. It has a 360-degree parking camera in the Elite version with a 3D view that you can sort of manipulate to see what's all around you. A little confusing at first, baffles the mind, but really fantastic when you're navigating those tight spaces. It is an exercise in soft touch materials, steering wheel, door cards, even the dashboard here, the upper, and there's raised stitching, there's a little bit of brushwork, and then of course a dual screen arrangement for the driver display and a 10.25-inch display for the infotainment. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, we've got some wireless charging, USB-A, USB-C down at the bottom there, and dual zone climate control. A very slick piano black plastic panel here, but because it's all touch panels, it attracts fingerprints like crazy. But you've also got physical fan and temperature control buttons. That's really nice. There's a slot here for your phone, 2 cup holders. Quite a bit of storage, and the Elite models get this tilt and slide sunroof. The seats are relatively comfortable. Elite models also get this 8-way power adjustable electric seat, driver only, passenger is still manual. It's not bad, but it's still not entirely out of the woods. The infotainment system menu is a little tricky at times. You sort of got to guess where things are, but by and large, largely improved. Probably where you're going to see the biggest improvement in the Chery Tiggo Cross. On the safety front, you're going to get 7 airbags and a host of driver assistance systems. Now, in order to score all the stars that they do in the ANCAP rating, these systems tend to be a little bit intrusive, but you can now switch them off and they stay off. They don't return every time you reset the car. That's a nice little touch, and once again shows that Chery has been listening to its consumers. You're also going to get things like adaptive cruise control, automatic emergency braking, rear cross traffic alert. There's blind spot monitoring and a lane keep assist on the Elite models. As a whole, you feel pretty safe in it, even if the brakes do lack a little bit of feel. Because you see, it's when you climb into the car to do car things like drive that the problems start. Let's get the stats out the way. Underneath the bonnet, a 1.5 litre 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine. This unit makes 108 kilowatts and 210 Newton meters of torque. Nothing new there. We've seen this unit in the Tiggo 4 Pro. And it sends power to the front wheels through a 7-speed dual clutch gearbox. And that is the Tiggo Cross's Achilles heel. This gearbox. It makes the drive positively infuriating. The programming is dismal. And then we've got the fuel consumption. Chery claims 7.2 liters per 100 kilometers. And you really need to drive so sedately and hypermileage to get anywhere near there. We're running 8.9 and in traffic 10.5. The suspension is okay. The drive modes, well, yeah, they change things up a little bit. But it's the drive. It's just lacking. The actual core bits of the Chery Tiggo Cross are lacking. And I can't forgive it. Every single time I climb into this car, it frustrates me. This Tiggo Cross retails for 449,900 Rand. And there's quite a bit on offer at that price point. They may be lacking one or two little features, but as a car, as a drive, far better, far better. The Tiggo Cross is going to sell, no two ways about that. We've seen it with the success of the Tiggo 4 Pro. But personally, I wouldn't spend my money on it. I would not be able to live with this vehicle. We, as consumers, need to stop behaving like crows, being attracted to all the shiny tat, and we need to go after substance. We need to hold manufacturers accountable for their products and stop accepting second best. Cars are not cheap, and when you're spending, even if it is just 449,900 Rand, you want it to do what it says on the box. I'm keen to hear your thoughts, so leave a comment down below. And if you're enjoying what you're seeing here, why not go and subscribe to the channel? I want to thank you very much for watching this video review on the Chery Tiggo Cross, and we'll see you next time.